Once upon a time, in the deep blue sea, there lived a majestic giant sea turtle named Tempo. Tempo was no ordinary turtle. His enormous shell had an intricately carved clock that shimmered with a magical glow, marking the passage of time in the ocean's depths. Tempo was a wise guardian of underwater time, and his shell was filled with mysteries that drew creatures from all around the ocean. One day, a curious little boy named Nemo discovered the magical powers of Tempo's shell. With eyes full of wonder, he reached out and gently clung to the back of the great turtle. "Hold tight, little one," Tempo whispered. His voice was calm and knowing, like the sound of waves whispering secrets to the shore. The underwater world began to swirl, filling with radiant bubbles of light and colors. It was as if the pages of time itself were turning, swirling in wild yet harmonious currents that danced around them. Nemo felt the excitement in his heart as he traveled through the winding path of time. Around them, ancient ocean scenes began to materialize. Giant prehistoric sea creatures darted through rugged coral gardens that had stood for millions of years. Tempo carried Nemo through fields of enormous megalodon sharks, mighty marine reptiles, and schools of strange, ancient fish. Time twisted and shifted again, and as the bubbles of light carried them forward, futuristic underwater worlds emerged. Shimmering reefs, glowing with colors yet unseen by human eyes, surrounded them, filled with robotic fish and sleek submarines gliding effortlessly. Tempo's shell was the heart of this remarkable journey, ticking softly and guiding them through a world where past and future were but footsteps apart. "Time is vast but never lost," Tempo said wisely. "It shapes us as the ocean shapes the shore." Nemo listened and learned as they glided through time's currents. He discovered how treasure was not found in riches, but in the wisdom that grew through the echoes of time. Together, Tempo and Nemo explored the depths, their spirits glowing as brightly as the magical shell that carried a universe of stories upon its back. And so, as the sun dipped near the horizon and painted the sky with hues of gold and purple, Tempo and Nemo returned to the present, having traveled through realms of time. It did not take long for Nemo to realize that he had embarked on a timeless adventure that would forever fill his dreams with magic and wonder. As Nemo said goodbye, Tempo watched the little boy swim back to shore. Knowing that the curiosity of children would always be the compass that guides them through the ocean of time. With a gentle wink from his shimmering clock, Tempo vanished into the deep blue sea, carrying the wisdom of the ages with him, and leaving a trail of illuminated bubbles that whispered mysteries yet to be discovered in the oceans beyond.